What's up, guys? PKSparkxx here, and welcome back to Dat Hott Top 5. So I don't know if you've noticed, but the channel is starting to rev up for a long and glorious summer, all centered around two things: Mario Tennis Aces and our soon-to-come 100th Let's Play. So in today's video, with the hype being all about Mario Tennis Aces, and we going in so hard with Mario Tennis Aces, you can already guess that today's video is all about Mario Tennis Aces. And similar to the discussion video I uploaded last Sunday, instead of just talking about every aspect of the game, I'm going to tell you guys the top 5 things I love about Mario Tennis Aces. Do not forget, June 22nd, right here on this channel, you guys are going to be witnessing a day 1 tournament featuring the squad. It's going to be so freaking hype. I'm excited for that. And of course, single player playthrough and versus matches with some of your favorite YouTubers. Subscribe if you haven't already, because y'all do not want to be away from this channel this summer. It's turning up to 11 and we're already simmering on 15. I don't even know what that means, but if you guys enjoy yourselves today, let me know. Demolish the like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that bell to get notified of the next video. But with that all said and done, let's get into number 5. So number 5 on the top 5 things I love about Mario Tennis Aces, at least from the demo we got to play, goes to the music. I talked about this in the opinion video on Sunday, but the music does a great job of just telling the story, describing the situation that you're in. Even when you're on the menus, it's like, yeah, man, you having some Mario Tennis. You ain't gonna be seeing Serena Williams here, or even that Arnold Ronaldo, whoever they had Mario lose to in the trailer, which, you know, Mario shouldn't lose, but at the same time I get it, because, you know, celebrities are going to do something and they're going to lose because they're going to make them look bad in real life, even though Mario's a godlike character and is more world-renowned, more world-renowned. God, I'm so excited I can't even speak. More world-renowned than whoever that tennis player was. No disrespect to him, it's a joke. But it's just, it was great. It was great. And the music does a great job of just telling you what kind of game you are playing. My favorite music that you hear is when you're on game or match point, when you're about to win the round, and that bass starts coming in. The music gets a little bit more deeper and intense, and in the background you just hear boom, 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 boom. Or I think it's more like a boom, boom. But I kind of forget exactly, but I do remember the bass is pretty deep, and that is the most exciting part of the game for me. The music does a great job of just letting you know you're playing this game, and it gets you into it, gets you pumped, gets you ready to go, gets you amped up, makes you want to drink some Gatorade! Yeah! So, yeah, I like the music. The 4th thing I love about Mario Tennis Aces goes to the graphics. Now, the one thing I always hate about most everybody that I'm around, actually, because so many people I know, they only play PC games, they only play PlayStation 4 games and whatnot, and it's so annoying that people give Nintendo crap for the way their games look. As if Nintendo does not have a signature style for the way their games are presented. You should be used to this by now. They're not trying to create humanoid characters. This is not a realistic game that they create. This is Mushroom Kingdom, where you can eat a mushroom and gain height, where the currency seems to be perfect for them, where you can change your clothes on a whim, where you have giant turtles spitting fire and kidnapping princesses on flying ships with defenders such as mushrooms just protecting them, and turtles that walk around. Is not the same thing. So I feel like when people compare Nintendo for their graphics, it bothers me. And it bothers me more so with this game, because I know there are going to be people out there who are going to say, oh, well, it's not as good as the PS4. I guarantee you, even if Nintendo's consoles had the power of that of a PS4, which admittedly, they have the best graphics, not going to take that away. But even if they had that, they would not make their games look realistic, because that's not the business they are in. The graphics that are presented in Mario Tennis Aces regarding the backgrounds, and even the little things such as when you're on the court and the signs on the back, on the side in the corner, they always light up with whoever is winning. You know, congrats, you know, your name here. It's great. I love how they're presenting the game. Have y'all seen the crowds? I am so used to crowds just being pixels, just being something that's moving up and down. But now all the people in the crowds are genuine crowd members. Like, they look better than they do in ARMS. Like, you know how ARMS, all they did was have people that are standing there and they have like the person's mask on to say, hey, I'm rooting for you. They look better. They look better than ARMS, and it's great. I really do love the way the game is presented. I love the way it looks, and it is, again, perfect. You don't need to change it. The third thing I love about Mario Tennis Aces is the mechanic of zone speeding. I think zone speeding is a mechanic that is just so sorely necessary in the game. I don't like it when games can easily end. I want there to be an ability to make a comeback. I want you to feel like even if you have control, that if you let up, your opponent won't be able to come back. You know, I don't like that when you can just get beaten down. That's why I love comeback mechanics. And zone speeding requires meter, and we're going to go into that later on. But zone speeding is such a good factor. Zone speeding is basically slowing the game down for everybody but yourself. You can look at the ball, you can see its trajectory, you can see what color it is if in case they're using a charge shot and you need to counter appropriately so you don't take as much knockback. That's something I talked about in the discussion video on Sunday, so you know, check that out if you haven't already. What else is there? Zone speeding also allows you to get in position so you can use a trick shot, which I think is a pretty cool feature, so you don't have to expend all your meter if you get into the right positioning in time. You can make sure if you're pushed back from a lot of charge shots, you can get back to the court. You can also react to, I already said that, but react to your opponent. It's just, zone speeding is a really good factor, but it also is a great use of the meter that you built during the game. And zone speeding itself, I can't imagine anybody really hating it, because as much as your opponent has it as an option for them, you have an option for yourself. So everybody should be good. And with zone speeding, again, you can get in position to make sure the games last. And with zone speeding, so long as you have the meter, you have proper meter management, games can last for a while. The volley can go back and forth. So I think zone speeding is a great addition to the Mario Tennis series. It's something that I hope stays around for a long time. And I feel, first of all, if you're playing this game, you need to make sure you master zone speeding. The second thing I love about Mario Tennis Aces is definitely Racket Health. This is something that I've seen a lot of people complain about because people are just like, oh, it's so bullcrap, your racket can break, it hurt. Listen, this is a video game, okay? Health is always a good thing because it makes it to where you cannot play recklessly. It's one of the reasons why I wish video games would get back to a life system that was actually challenging. Because when I was a kid, if I played Donkey Kong Country, I want you to know I would go back to an easier level and grind lives just to go back to the hard level and just lose them all there so I can have an attempt to beat it. Lives, health is a very good thing to have in video games because it means you have to play better and not be reckless. I understand why it's been removed from a lot of games, but I think health is just great. With that said, I believe Racket Health in this game is great because it gives you an alternate way to lose and to win. If your opponent is pressuring you and you feel like, oh, it's free, I'll just run up and block it, it'll be a-okay. No. If you get hit with a zone shot, your racket takes 1 node of health. Each racket has 3 bars of health. If you end up missing blocking a special shot, then you end up having your racket completely broken. In the demo, you had 2 rackets in the game. If you lost both rackets, you lost by KO. That means if your opponent is playing the game of tennis better than you, but you are pressuring your opponent better, and not even so much pressuring them better, but they're reckless in that regard, you can focus on that and have an alternate way to win, which means that your opponent has a weak point, and that means you can just body them. I think having Racket Health in a competitive game, especially like Mario Tennis Aces, is a great feature to have. It's one of my favorite things to focus on. I want you to know, a little bit of a spoiler alert, make sure y'all follow me on Twitch because June 22nd when the game drops and I do my live streams on Twitch, we're going to have a KO emote specifically made for Mario Tennis Aces because that is how fun and how focused the feature can be. It's a lot of fun. So I think Racket Health is a great feature. Do not change it. Do not remove it. Do not embellish on it. Do it better. Make it to where we can, hopefully in the game, we can make it to where rackets that have 2 health or 4 health or 5 health. And you can also change how many rackets you can get in the game. Because imagine setting up a match, a grudge match, where you have 1 racket, 1 health. Freaking insane. So I haven't done this in a while, but I have to do it this time. We are giving an honorable mention to Chain Chomp. Have you seen this character work? He is adorable. He is cute. Not to mention, he's a pretty good character. I've talked to a lot of people, and a lot of people like to say that he is top 3 from the demo. I can't really argue with that because the character is a power character. He is pretty slow, but because his frame is wide, he has a lot of range. His trick shot leaves a little bit to be desired, but his strength cannot be denied. And not to mention, he's cute! Look at him! When he has the ball on his head, when he's going to serve, he has the ball on his head. He balances a tiny little tennis ball on his huge round frame and manages to keep it on top of his body and or head and I don't know what it is, but he keeps it on top. That is focus. That is a well-trained puppy. I am all about Chain Chomp. Dude is freaking cute, adorable. I want a plush. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go Google it right now. Hold up, I'm Googling it right now. How to find a Chain Chomp plush. If it's not one existing, I will make it. The number one thing I love about Mario Tennis Aces goes to the meter mechanic. You need to understand. You need to understand. I'm gonna get close to the mic on this one because I need y'all to understand me. The meter mechanic makes this game infinitely better. The meter mechanic supplies so many other features in this game. Remember zone speeding I was talking about, number 3? Supplies that. Special shots, when you actually get a star, you hit the R button, it supplies that. Trick shots, charge shots, build up meter. When you get full meter, you get special shots. Special shots can break an entire racket if they fail to, they miss the block timing. It's just such a good feature. There's really nothing more to say than that. You need to master meter. You need to figure out the best ways to build meter. And yeah, metering is essential in Mario Tennis Aces. Now I'm sure you could play a version of Mario Tennis Aces where you could turn that off, you know, play basic tennis, but why play a video game for something you could just do in real life? You know what I mean? You don't really, I wouldn't do that. You can do that, but when I play video games, I don't want it to be like reality, which is why I love Nintendo games so much, because they're so far off of reality. You know, they can be based in reality, like, you know, have a little reality sense to it, but they don't really need to be like it. Like, I'm fine with zone speeding. And meter is just something that I find to be just the greatest thing for a Mario Tennis game ever. It's so good. I focus on it so much. It adds another technical and in-depth feature to Mario Tennis Aces. You have to make sure that your meter isn't less than your opponent or they're going to have an advantage. You want to make sure yours is more. So that means that a lot of things you can do can be focused on making your opponent expend their meter. I know I've done it. There are times where I'll go for a special shot just to send it off to the right side and force them to use their zone speed, which uses up their meter. It's, again, just neat. I'm telling you, I promise you. If you're playing Mario Tennis Aces, this is the number one thing you need to learn, understand, figure out, and master. Because everything else in this game goes away from meter. Meter, things feed into meter, meter feeds into other things, but the center is meter. So those are the top 5 things I love about Mario Tennis Aces. And all of these things encompass what I believe to become a very strong competitive scene. I will be covering this game at least all summer long. I have a squad tournament set up with my friends June 22nd, the day the game drops. I will be having a Twitch subscriber tournament for Mario Aces on my Twitch, so make sure you follow me on there, not only for the tournament, but for almost daily Mario Tennis live streams, along with Splatoon 2 content, because in July, well, you know what? I can't announce July yet, but soon, when it's ready. What I really do believe this game has a really strong potential for a future, and in competitive Mario Tennis Aces, and I'm going to do my best to foster it. So if you want to know some tips for Mario Tennis Aces, if you want to know some basic ways to play, how to learn the game, what characters do play the best, and what kind of play style, make sure you guys stay tuned here. I'm going to be covering this game exponentially. I'm so excited. Like, I'm at that point where my excitement is exceeding my own ability to express it. That's why I am so calm right now. I'm really excited for my organizations. I understand you're probably like, well, PK, if you were excited, you'd be loud. I get that. I understand you. I'm hear you. But you need to understand when it comes to me, when I am excited, when I'm so far past what I'm able to express, I just become somber because I know when I get my hands on this game, it's going to take over my life, and I cannot wait. If you guys enjoyed yourself today, let me know. Demolish the like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that bell to get notified of the next video. I try to upload this every single Wednesday, but as you can see, sometimes I kind of miss out on that. I apologize. These videos aren't exactly easy to create every single week. I'm doing my best to make it happen. But for right now, it's time for me to dip. Stay hot, guys, and I'll see y'all next time.